Sanjeev Bhatt, a top cop in Gujarat police, the first to come out and openly criticize Modi.
The original FIRs of each and every encounter that has taken place in Gujarat from 2002 to 2007. They talk about the same theory, the same story. It was to portray as if Narendra Modi and certain other Hindu right-wing leaders are under threat from Muslim militants, and the Gujarat police is a highly efficient force which is getting preemptive intelligence.
The same group of 5, 6, 7 people are killing people after killing people, and every time saying that
they were... The motive is different
for
all the parties involved. For the political bosses, the motive is to build up their own image. Motive and incentive for a group of officers would be to be close to the powers, to get promotions, to get the goodies, to get the rewards which come with such proximity. So there was a group of officers, I would call them mercenaries, they were a disgrace to the service.
BJP leader Jainaran Vyas thinks there's an industry working in defaming a man whose elevation to the centre is imminent.
Well, what you would say when not a single encounter is being picked up for this kind of activism, for this kind of media attention, for this kind of propaganda, that there is something behind this whole game and things do not appear exactly what they are because they are hazed by this propaganda.
Elections were ordered prematurely, December 2002. By that time, the Hindu communal feelings have been coming down. So by that time, to keep up the tempo of Modi being a protector of Hindu interest, Hindu Hriday Samrat, second Shivaji, the rebirth of Krishna. So in that background, threat against Modi, here comes the point. Threat against Modi is substantial, serious, critical. To prove that, they had to eliminate some people.
Senior journalist Ajay Umat feels the encounters have moved from being just a fight for justice. All the cogs of the wheel, he feels, have turned political.
You know, at that time, Mr. Modi said that if a criminal or a terrorist like Sohrabuddin comes to Gujarat, should my police go and seek permission from Mrs. Sonia Gandhi? Now, same Narendra Modi, who is in Sadbhavna mode, would not make such type of statement because, you know, today he is thinking for next orbit. So, Mr. Modi's style and, you know, everything has changed today. So, everybody is trying to take political advantage out of it. Congress thinks that, you know, by helping these people, you know, they will get votes from minority community all over India. And NCP thinks that, you know, it would help them in Maharashtra.
What is wrong with Ishrat Jahan's mother sitting with NCP or with a member of the Congress or the Shiv Sena?
My point is that
she is a citizen of this country.
Isn't she being used by political parties? Of course she's being.
When a political party is supporting a citizen who is aggrieved, do you want the systems which have been laid down by the constitution of this country, do you want them to be subverted? Do you want a person or an ideology to be above the law of the land? To my mind, the answer is no.
इशरत जहां के टेरर लिंक था, वो सभी एविडेंस हाईकोर्ट के सामने रखा और बताया गया कि उसमें कोई टेरर लिंक नहीं थी। तो ये सभी बात दुनिया और देश के सामने रखनी चाहिए कि सच्चाई उसके पीछे क्या है। एक व्यक्ति को खुश करने के लिए निर्दोष लोगों की बलि देने का काम गुजरात में हो रहा था।
Lawyer for Ishrat's family, Vrinda Grover, strongly defends her case. She feels fight beyond the politics has to be for denied justice.
Ishrat's family lives in Mumra. The NCP leader they are in touch with is the Mumra MLA of NCP. Nobody is politicizing this from the family end or from the lawyer's end. We are asking for justice. The obstruction is coming from the political party, which is trying to obstruct it because the investigation, which may lead to the implication of the political leaders of Gujarat state, and they are obstructing this using their political clout.
Close observers also feel that the BJP in its defensive occasionally crosses the thin line.
Vanjara, Pandian were arrested by Gujarat police only. It was a case filed by Gujarat. At that time, because they thought, that we will manage the affair at our level, so it was convenient to them. Now when they find that, CBI is going beyond Vanjara, Rajkumar Pandian and others, or even Rajendra Kumar, so now BJP is crying foul.
I think the BJP is shamelessly defending what is perhaps the worst case of a staged encounter killing. Here is an entire police force which has been deeply criminalized. P.P. Pandey, the senior police officer, is still absconding. He continues to be on the payroll of the Gujarat state. What is the message BJP is trying to give us?
In its defense, the BJP has often cried foul, saying that the states like UP have been encounter hotbeds. Why is Gujarat being singled out?
If you go by NHRC, as I told you, there are 440 fake encounters in this country. I am not trying to justify a fake encounter, let me be very clear about it. Nobody in the right sense of mind would justify a fake encounter. But then, why this sharp focus on Gujarat only? Out of 440 and 4, you are sharp focusing on 4. And even not for the sake of example, out of 231 in Uttar Pradesh, you don't have time to investigate even one.
It does not justify at all. And in case of BJP, can Mr. Amit Shah go and speak like this, in Lucknow or in Ayodhya or in Allahabad, that, this fake encounter should be investigated? I don't think he will make such statement. BJP should do this. They should demand that wherever fake encounters are, they should ask for judicial inquiry.
So no justification really?
No justification. If somebody has killed 2 plus 2, you can't say that there somebody has killed, so we have got license to kill.
As some uncomfortable questions stare in the face of the BJP, an often repeated question remains the political impact of the events between 2002 and 2006.
The danger to the life comes from the direction least expected. By the same logic, once you make 2002 as the focus year, obviously the organizations who will be getting interested in this kind of activity will be across the border. This is driven by ISI, driven by Lashkar-e-Toiba or organizations like that.
As Modi and his men are looking northwards, the road to Delhi is treacherous. Will these encounters always haunt Modi? Are they the albatross around his neck? Will it affect his reach-out plans to the minority community? For now, this remains the encounter quagmire for Modi.